lot of pressure for them to reopen.
You don't like these.
That's not a real one. You have to buy it. Just put it.
You buy? No buy. I don't have.
No, you don't have to use money. You don't have to use money to buy it. Just click on it and then you won't use your money. You just gotta get the game.
Of those countries where they can have face-to-face instruction and infection rate, positivity rate is in check.
That's the picture. That's the picture of it.
They have a
parents and teachers because it is much more difficult for students to learn at home, especially younger students. This is why one expert I spoke with today said perhaps instead of focusing on K through 12 at this point, we should be
now it's good. Just good.
You have 3 years to get
If you want, then it's just gonna put it in.
and she loved it.
Yeah, we've heard so many families who say, you know, they're willing to take on some risk.
Can I have a
They're
pack?
willing to take on so
What the
much
child mean growing
Can I have
up?
a
Yeah,
pack?
she gonna love it no matter what.
Fiona, thank you so much for
But the man can't see nothing funny people look
the
like
president
grandpa.
reversing himself on
I
mail-in
look
voting.
like
He now
Papa.
says it's okay,
Look like
but
me.
he appears to only be talking about
Look
Florida.
grandma.
So what changed here? The Trump campaign will join me live next.
How is that?
Ooh, so mix it and you load up.
Look like you know, prevents the spread of corona. Step over the one you're gonna do again. That's in this way.
There. Yes.
Wow.
It's a match.
No, not right now. When it's done loading. And then
Yeah, it's a good thing from that small parcel. And look, the duct tape run. I get no duct tape and I blood. I know that you have duct tape.
ooh, the game is load. Can I have it back?
But yeah, me know.
So which one do you want to do? There's lots of things to pick.
Scissor bed.
So me that do the thing. You're no man.
Spam calls?
We pick the ban. No man. We pick the ban after 2000.
And our answer bots have fun blocking your life, spam call free.
No, the hospital and go expensive.
Download RoboKiller
If
today.
in 9 months and that don't even look to you that.
It all ships
You pick the
free.
ban. Listen, 9 months and
And with new deals
and that
every
even
day,
look to you
you
that.
can explore endless options at every price point.
Okay,
Get
so
your outdoor oasis
have you
delivered
given me
fast,
any of your
so
kids?
you can get the good times going.
At University of Phoenix, we know you're always there for them. That's why our advisors are always here for you.
Listen. Will you be a report down?
Learn more at phoenix.edu.
No.
I love my baby.
When we play this,
She laughs when I
and
go.
I'm on here.
We got her from care.com.
Go to care.com for free babysitters and nannies with profiles, reviews, and more. It costs less than you think and will even make it easy to pay. Care.com, the quarantine 15. So not happening. Lose up to 18 pounds in your first 2 months. You'll enjoy delicious new meals and probiotic shakes to help support your immunity. Delivered free. Get 50% off a monthly meals and shakes.
Apps are used everywhere except work. Why is that? This is because people
Did we suspect it?
All over boy get to answer questions. When they have
Mangi. Salam dah?
Hello. Hi. How are you? Salam photo serah tu bila.
Oh, minta itu bulan.
Salam.
Salam dah.
استعبوا دهري
No. أبي ما صرت عندك.
وقال لي استوى أبوه يا أبوه قال
ودي.
ودي أبوه يجون حسيت حنا إنجليزي كره
سلام دعمو. صراحة جميلكم ده.
حجك ده قريب كمين
دخامي مش.
بس هتشوفنا قبل
هو.
قريدو يمكن نشوف قريدو
كوي بتاع. كميو.
Yeah, the first, another boy baby, the first baby. Peaches of one boy, right? Another boy baby? Is it? So how come we look Eritrean bad?
That's why I said, why you have to use
You have to see the numbers.
Listen, if you're listening, you know, ask questions.
Oh yes.
Can I have it?
No other.
Just tell me when you're ready.
The scientific report that the situation will deteriorate as early as this summer if people fail to respect social distancing and health measures. Coronavirus indicators have been trending in the wrong direction.
Hey, Shisha!
White Rivers in Mexico, where the government has announced that the more than 30 million students in the country will not be going back to in-person learning anytime soon. Instead, they will be beginning on August 24th. Outbreak in this country is simply too dangerous, say, for students to go back inside the classroom. And that makes sense when you consider Mexico reported its largest single-day increase in confirmed cases on Saturday. But not every student in this country has strong internet connection as a result. The government has partnered with several different TV channels that will broadcast classes 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Thank you so much to all of my colleagues.
Yeah.
The president said
35,
coronavirus
36.
crisis is under control, especially when you compare the U.S. to other countries, he says.
It's important for all Americans to recognize that a
32.
lockdown is not
So let's see what.
No, no, go like this. No, that side.
reducing the
Yes.
result that you want, or
Yes.
certainly not a viable path forward, and will ultimately
39, 38, 37, 36,
as we're seeing in foreign
35,
countries around the
34.
world where cases are once again surging. Countries where there have been very significant flare-ups
and 31.
in the last
Here.
short period of time were Spain, Germany,
Okay,
France,
so
Australia,
first of all,
Japan, and also, as you
does the
probably
DNA
heard in
involve
Hong Kong,
blood
that's
or?
yeah.
So you can't do that? The baby
Sixfold.
Two and one.
CNN correspondent Tony Smith is here with us now. So, Tom, help us see how
Look at this first graphic, Brianna, and that will tell you some facts that are simply irrefutable here. This is simply average for the United States. And
No,
you
American.
can see, watch the line of this.
But it doesn't have the number, so I have to find the number. That means that is here.
Because
24.
you want it to be 99.9%.
Oh, 24.
Yeah.
15.
Put your pitney on. Put your pitney on pretty here.
Not 7. No, did 7. Get 7.
Because that's what's her name is. She's Ethiopian.
No.
7.
No sister. It's
Two and 3.
that don't look right. I did this here. I was like, wow.
7 is again.
Well, George fling it in my face. My baby's
1 minute. 1 minute, please.
Okay.
$700 eater.
6.
so much, Tom Foreman.
6. 6.
99.9%. Judge did DNA. Already
6.
has to be done.
Military patrols.
Come on, you join me here now.
Okay, 6.
Yeah, so
No, you just
you have to make the picture big.
Yeah, 1 minute, 1 minute, Habibi. 1 minute. 22.
Yo, let's go get some lunch and come back.
You know why they say, man?
2, 20. 20.
Yeah, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute.
1 minute.
If you do a man something like that, I ain't so
17, 17.
I know there's more 17 right there.
Yes. 19.
That's why I say
19, 19.
Take care of the baby.
Yes.
Yes. That's true. Because she's mad, you know. Because she's not going to live the lifestyle where she used to have. But you know what? They should have done better.
6.
Come check. Let's go to it so I can cover.
7. 7.
Chef, can you carry this to the car?
Haha. How are you?
Carry this for me.
Oh, you have to eat that baby.
Oh, it's so cute.
Let me city 3, no.
So listen, when you go to
Oh, here. Good.
pay your bill, can you please go to one of the islands for a portable,
Thank you.
the price I need, portable.
The Medicare benefits hotline is now open. Just call the toll-free number on your screen now to see if you qualify for additional Medicare benefits and make sure you're getting all the benefits you deserve. Just call 800-810-1096 now. In addition to dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage, you may also qualify for $0 monthly premiums, $0 deductibles, and no co-pays. Just
Okay, bye.
to see if you're eligible for additional Medicare benefits that may include free eyeglasses, free hearing aids, free meal delivery, free rides to medical appointments, and much more. The call and Medicare benefit review are absolutely free. There's no obligation to enroll. Just call 800-810-1096 to see if you qualify. Did you know that you may be eligible for additional Medicare approved benefits that include dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage? All it takes is one fast and easy phone call to see if you qualify for Medicare plans that include $0 monthly premiums, $0 deductibles, and no co-pays. The Medicare benefits hotline is now open. Just call the toll-free number on your screen now to see if you qualify for additional Medicare approved benefits and make sure you're getting all the benefits you deserve. Just call 800-810-1096 now. Additional benefits may include free eyeglasses, free hearing aids, free meal delivery, free rides to medical appointments, and much more. Don't miss out on all of these additional Medicare benefits. There's no obligation to enroll. The call and Medicare benefits review are absolutely free. Just call 800-810-1096. That's 800-810-1096. Closed captioning brought to you by Mesobook.com. Mesothelioma. It's all we do. With 9 offices across the country, let us come meet with you. Call us at 1-800-213-8000.
President Trump appears to be backpedaling on his attacks on mail-in voting for just one state, though, Florida. He just tweeted this.
I'm going to drive and leave my key somewhere around here.
Yeah?
Can I have the phone back?
1 minute, Shep. Sit.
Defeated Democrat attempts at change. So in Florida, I encourage all to request a ballot and vote by mail. Okay, well, this is
You get it? Okay.
his repeated attacks dozens of times here recently, and fear-mongering about mail-in voter fraud, which, by the way, does not exist. Just so you're aware, it's just statistically it doesn't exist. President Trump has recently called it an absolute disgrace. The greatest fraud causes massive cheating, corruption. The Postal Service is unprepared, he says. The Postal Service has taken issue with that last claim there. They say they have, quote, ample capacity He has even threatened to sue Nevada, the state that approved mail-in voting for all registered voters because of the coronavirus, and says that he has the right to sign an executive order to stop it, but he hasn't gotten there yet. As for cheating, like we said, no evidence of that. Axios' Jonathan Swan pressed him on these claims.
You look at some of the corruption having to do with universal mail-in voting. Absentee voting is okay. You have to apply, you have to go through a process, you have to apply for mail-in. It's the same as that. Look, they're sending out applications and millions of ballots. There is no way you can go through a mail-in vote without massive cheating.
I honestly don't understand what this topic is. Go ahead. The Republican Party has an extremely well-funded vote-by-mail program. Your campaign puts out emails telling people to vote by mail. The daughter-in-law, Lara Trump, she robocalls in California saying it's safe and secure mail-in voting.
Let me tell you, the Republicans have no choice. That was an old mail-in race. Let me tell you. Are you ready? They have no choice. Because right now we have many court cases.
Is there a bathroom?
We have one filed in Western Pennsylvania. We have many court cases where we're trying to end it. We went through World War I, you went to the polls, you voted. We went through World War II, you went to the polls, you had mail-in voting. And now, because of the China virus, we're supposed to stay home, send millions of ballots all over the country, millions and millions. You know, you can have a case where this election won't be decided on the evening of November 3rd. Absolutely. This election was decided 2 months later.
What, 2 months? What's wrong with the proper mailing count?
Decided many months later.
White House correspondent Caitlin Collins is joining me now. Okay, Caitlin, let's start with this tweet about Florida. Why now he's, it's a reversal. Now he's urging people to vote by mail.
It's a complete reversal from what you've heard from the president for the last several weeks, at length going against mail-in voting, saying that he believed it would be rife with fraud, that we would not know who was elected possibly ever, he said. And it's interesting to hear him in that interview talk about how he didn't believe that people should vote by mail because it's a pandemic, because people voted during world wars and other catastrophes, when just last week it was the president who was floating delaying the election because of the pandemic that was going on, something that you saw even Republicans come out and say he didn't have the power to do. And what's notable about his tweet here, and his press secretary was asked about this just moments after he sent this out, they've been trying to draw this distinction between absentee voting and mail-in voting. People say there is not much of a distinction to make there, and that's the argument they've made repeatedly when they were talking about the president now saying it's okay for Floridians to do it. But even in the president's own tweet, he does not make that distinction. He says whatever you want to call it, whether you say vote by mail or absentee voting, the president is now saying it's okay in Florida. And Brianna, there's one reason behind this, and that's because the president has heard a constant flow of pushback from Republicans, from campaign aides, and from White House officials who worry that he is sowing so much doubt about mail-in voting that his own voters and Republican supporters are not going to vote this fall, and they fear that it will help boost Democrats and hurt the Republican Party. And so now the president is basically saying it's take your pick, vote in Florida by mail, but not other states. And the question is how this progresses going further and how they defend him, saying you can vote by mail in this state, but not others because those will be rife with fraud.
All right, well, hopefully we are going to get some answers to those questions, Caitlin Collins, because joining me now is Mercedes Schlapp. She's a senior advisor for the Trump 2020 campaign. Okay, Mercedes, can you answer that question? He's saying that, in the tweet here, whether you call it vote by mail or absentee voting, he's saying in Florida it's safe and secure, tried and true. Is that why the reversal, and is that true in other states too?
Well, I think it's different on a state-by-state basis. I think there's a big concern about the universal mail-in voting that the Democrats really want to push through. But
he says he's cool with it in Florida. So let's talk. He says whether you call it vote by mail or absentee voting.
But why take the state like Nevada? Well, let's take a state like Nevada, which in the dead of night, these Democrats push forward this law that we know that even come election day, you could still cast a ballot 3 days later if you don't have a postmark, or 7 days later if you have a postmark. So let's say, Brianna, you vote for Joe Biden. Then you find out in Nevada that President Trump wins. You can go to your family members, you can go to your colleagues and say, guess what, you still have that mail-in vote? Let's cast it because you can have several days after the election. That is incredibly problematic. And they also have weakened verification systems in states like Nevada when it comes to these mail-in voting. So again, this is a case-by-case basis, a state-by-state basis. We look at the case of New York as well, where we still don't know the win and the victory in the congressional districts because they pushed for this mail-in voting that the state was not prepared for.
So you're alleging that in some states people are going to be able to look at what appears to be the outcome and try to change it after it is determined. That is what you are alleging.
Well,
in many states, so you're
law in Nevada, so we're going to take the law in Nevada, let's say that they just passed.
When you go.
That is also allowing for ballot harvesting.
Okay.
So if you're over the age of 65, the people can collect the ballots and send them over. We know that that could be rife with fraud. Some states handle this better than other states.
You're causing a lot of confusion here, Mercedes, and you know that, and I don't understand what the point of it is, because when we look at mail-in studies, Loyola, these are, you know this, there are studies, they've been done by the George W. Bush Justice Department, who used to work for the Bush administration. They have been done by the Heritage Foundation, which is a conservative think tank, and they have looked at what you were talking about when it comes to mail-in voting, and they have found that there is no fraud. First off, voter fraud in general is minuscule. It is statistically insignificant.
Brianna, is any fraud acceptable? Because I don't think it's acceptable.
All right, well then, let me walk through this for you then. Loyola study. Okay, no. Don't muddy the waters here. This is extremely important, okay? Look, and you can respond after I talk about this, but Loyola study, they tracked elections over 14 years, 2000 to 2014, at exactly 31 instances of voter fraud out of more than 1 billion instances. I mean, we're in a pandemic, so I would say, Mercedes, you have bigger problems than this. George W. Bush Commission study, 5-year study on voter fraud. The Justice Department has turned up virtually no evidence of any organized effort to skew federal elections. Heritage Foundation looking at voting from 1982 to 2020. They had a detailed examination of this, and what they saw was just 207. This is over the course of 38 years of voting. 207 fraudulent absentee ballot cases out of 1,277 instances.
Macbeth.
Incredible voter fraud cases. So you're looking